Welcome to another Bad Trader video. We're about to see what are the major events for this week with earnings, macroeconomic reports, and some key price levels for the market. So let's start with today's video with a market preview. What's coming this week? Starting with key topics, NVIDIA, Salesforce, Dell, and CrowdStrike will headline a busy week of tech earnings, as well as some retailers like Dollar General, Five Below, Abercrombie & Fitch, and Ulta Beauty will also be reporting. Some key economic updates include Friday's report with inflation numbers, second quarter GDP, and housing data, as well as consumer sentiment. We'll be watching at the end of this week. With some earnings this week, the major ones to be looking into will be Tuesdays with Sentinel-1. This cybersecurity stock has actually been appraised by some major banks and financial institutions as to be benefited from CrowdStrike's outage that happened in July. On Wednesday, with retailer on the morning, Abercrombie & Fitch, and the mother of them all, NVIDIA at the end of the day with the market close will be reporting, CrowdStrike as well, and Salesforce. Thursday, Dollar General before the open, and after the close, Dell, Lululemon, and Ulta Beauty. No major Friday earnings to be looking into. But the most important earnings of them all, as we mentioned, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is expected to report a 28.7 billion in revenue for this quarter, a 112% increase, and 0.65 earnings per share, which will be up 139% from the previous year. The company's stock has actually surged around 160% year to date, driven by strong performance and an anticipation from the Blackwell AI chips, which were delayed just a month ago for 3 months. So what are analysts saying? They have a strong buy consensus with mixed views for their stock's earnings and valuation. Average price target from 38 analysts that are covering this stock is 137 average price, with a high of $200 and a low of $50 per share. NVIDIA has actually beaten earnings per share 6 consecutive times from the past 8 quarters. NVIDIA earnings, what does the option market says? Well, the market is pricing in a move of around 9.7% for Friday, which will be a move of around $12.6 based on Friday's close. Betting odds, the likelihood of NVIDIA hitting just below its record high of $140.7 per share is only 25% based on the options market, and the market's bet. The options market sees only a 16% chance of the stock reaching $142.5 per share. So I would like to know what you're actually looking or expecting for NVIDIA's earnings this week. Are you bullish or bearish? Economic calendar, as we already looked, I think major or the most relevant are going to be at the end, Thursday and Friday. Thursday, we have GDP second quarter, which will be with a consensus of 2.8%. Last quarter, we saw a better than expected GDP, and market is also implying a better than expected this quarter. Friday, we got the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditure Price Index, for the favorite for the Fed, and also Chicago Purchase Manufacturing Index. So more attention for Thursday and Friday rather from the other days of the week for major economic reports. And the Fed preferred price gauge is a PCE, as we already know. The underlying US inflation is trending lower since March. We've seen a constant drop in the inflation, not only in CPI but also in PCE, which might just give more reasons for the Fed to cut rates and be more aggressively on their upcoming meetings. A drop in July's PCE index could signal inflation nearing the Fed's 2%. It's already at around 2.5, so it's actually going and trending towards the Fed's target. Gold has been on a tear to the upside. Major banks and central governments are also loading up in gold. Gold has hit record highs this week, and it's up more than 20% year to date. It's seen as a safe investment during uncertain times. And some of the factors that are boosting gold right now is actually Russia's invasion in Ukraine, rising commodity prices and inflation, tensions in the Middle East, as we've seen today, some of the attacks between Hezbollah and Israel, uncertainty about the upcoming US presidential elections, and the expected US interest rate cuts with a weaker dollar. As the dollar weakens, it seems as a more of opportunity to buy gold right now, and we've seen it reaching prices of more than $2,500 per ounce. But you gotta be cautious. Markets may correct as nothing goes up in a straight line. So cautious on gold and on precious metals, even though that right now banks and major financial institutions are targeting a $3,000 per ounce on gold. I want to know what's your take here on gold. Are you bullish or bearish? Another topic that I want to talk into that it's a key market breadth attempts to capture individual stock participation within an overall index, which can help convey underlying strength or weakness of a move or a trend. The stocks that are trading here, we see from a Bloomberg report above their 200-day simple moving average on the three major indexes. On the S&P, 75.5% of the stocks are trading above this key technical indicator, the 200-day moving average. On the Nasdaq, 57.7%, and the Russell, the weakest of these three, 44.7% of the stocks, which have actually, the three of them, made a nice rebound from the lows on August 5th. Also, I want to focus on the semiconductor index, SOX, as we're about to see NVIDIA earnings this week. The SOX has rallied 14% since its August 5th low, but just hit on Friday its resistance of the 50-day simple moving average. We've got here in the chart, as we see a potential double top forming from the June and July top, and also a negative divergence on RSI. If we see here on the chart, we see that the RSI, the relative strength index, one of the most used indicators on technical analysis, we see that it actually made a lower high on the RSI when the market on the SOX made new all-time high around $5,900 in July 11. So there you get a divergence, a bear signal, and right now as we approach this level, actually 3 days has closed below this level, it's 50-day simple moving average. You gotta be watching NVIDIA's earnings on Wednesday, because this might actually, we can see a big rejection downward or a big breakout to the upside. So key on this, I wanted to bring it up as we see that NVIDIA could possibly become the most valuable company actually one day. We see here on the right side the top 25 companies in the United States, here in blue. Apple first place with a 3.4 trillion market cap. NVIDIA second place, 3.2 trillion, but with the expected 10% move this week might actually overthrow Apple. I would like to know what do you expect. We also have from Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, Denmark. This is from Visual Capitalist. Great charts that they put. If you haven't checked them out, you can check them out. And here we can see also on the left, top 10 holdings from SOX ETF. It's the previous, talking with the previous slide that we already presented. Broadcom representing 9.6%, but NVIDIA in second place with 8.5%. So this is why I said that you gotta be cautious. If you're trading SOX ETF or SOX index, you gotta be careful with NVIDIA has a big representation here. And here below the top 10 holdings from SMH ETF, NVIDIA first place with 19% representation of this ETF. So careful if you are trading SOX or SMH ETFs. And lastly, to finish, the memes for the week. The entire market will be depending definitely on NVIDIA, especially tech sector and the Nasdaq. The right side, when your portfolio is down year to date, and you always think that one options win could change everything. We all are waiting for that big options win, huge, with four digits growth. But that's it for today's video. I hope you liked today's video, and comments you can put them right below. We'll be waiting for you on the Bad Trader stream. You can download it on the Apple Store and also Google Store from Monday through Friday with live news, live trading, live coverage about the most relevant events. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you liked it.